5 NBA players who can become first-time All-Stars. Getting even one All-Star is a major accomplishment. NBA players are already the cream of the crop when it comes to the sport of basketball. How many high schoolers never make it? How many players with Division I scholarships never get drafted? This is why making an All-Star means something. A player will forever be able to say that at one point in time, they were one of the best in a league that only has tremendous basketball talents. Getting the first one is the toughest. In many ways, being voted as an All-Star is a popularity contest. You not only have to be good enough to seem deserving, but be popular enough for fans to vote for you above other options. The All-Star teams aren't necessarily the players most deserving every year. It's a representation of players who are the most popular among players doing well. So who's ready to break through? Who is primed for that very first All-Star spot? Who is both good enough and popular enough? We'll get to our picks for the 5 most likely first-time All-Stars. But first, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and don't forget to comment on who you think we should have included. Jamal Murray. If you watch the NBA playoffs, you know why we selected Jamal Murray in our top 5. He blew up in the bubble and took over games like never before. He straight up embarrassed opponents. His stellar play is a big reason why the Denver Nuggets nearly upset their way to the NBA Finals. Just how good was Murray? He averaged 26.5 points in the playoffs. That's a superstar level. Furthermore, he poured it on in some very memorable ways. He had 2 50-point games in the series against the Utah Jazz. He then put up a 40-point game in Game 7 against the heavily favored Los Angeles Clippers. This represents a significant improvement from his play that came before. He was certainly a quality player, but he didn't take over games and never got serious consideration as an All-Star. Murray has improved his scoring output in every one of his 4 seasons in the NBA. It started with 9.9 points as a rookie and has risen to 18.5 points last year. Can he improve on it again? He'll have to be an All-Star. No guard is making the team averaging less than 20 points per game, and truthfully, he'll probably need to be up around his playoff number 26.5, considering he doesn't compile assists quite as much as most top point guards. Number 4, Zach LaVine. You may think Zach LaVine is too old, too suddenly to become an All-Star, but you'd be mistaken. LaVine has indeed been in the NBA for 6 seasons already. He's still just 24 years old though. Furthermore, he's improved to the point he has an argument that he should have already made an All-Star team. LaVine entered the league and became mostly known for his dunking ability because he competed in the dunk contest, playing for the Minnesota Timberwolves at the time. LaVine wasn't always a starter. LaVine wasn't a bad player, but he was simply sub 30 minutes a game player who played for his ability to score, not much else. He did average 18.9 points per game in his 3rd season, but did little else. He didn't grab a bunch of rebounds, didn't dish out assists regularly, and perhaps worst of all, he played lackluster defense. For those reasons, he was traded to the Chicago Bulls after his 3rd season. He was much of the same as a player in his 1st season with the Bulls. In his 2nd season, however, he began to focus more as a player. His production increased and has gotten to the point now, after his 3rd season in Chicago, he could be an All-Star. He became one of the best 3-point shooters in the league as he made more than 3 3-pointers a game last year. This enabled him to push his scoring output up to 25.5 points per game. Scoring more than 25 a game is enough to make you a strong candidate for an All-Star spot. Number 3, Damian Fox. Sometimes playing on a bad team in a good conference destroys a player's ability to get noticed. This very well may be the case for Damian Fox, but they are also one of the worst teams in the league. This isn't on Fox though. He's one of the few bright spots in the King. He's certainly struggled a lot as a rookie, but he's improved in each of the past 2 seasons. Last season he improved so much that he has to be on the doorstep of becoming an All-Star. He averaged 21 points and 7 assists per game. This is despite playing just 32 minutes per game, roughly 5 minutes less than other star players. If he could get a few more minutes per game, he could be too good to be left out, or he could simply improve from beyond the arc. He shot less than 30% on 3-pointers last year. Even getting to league average in that regard could push him to some big numbers. Number 1, tie between Zion Williamson and Ja Morant. Yes, we went with a tie for the top spot on the most likely player to become a first-time All-Star. The reason for the tie is simply, bearing injury, both players are near locks to be All-Stars next year. Why? Both Zion Williamson and Ja Morant were highly touted rookies who did great in their first seasons. Rookies don't make All-Star games except in very rare cases. In Zion's case, he may have been one of the rare cases if not for being injured in the beginning of the season. Both players are very popular, with Morant winning Rookie of the Year and Zion becoming becoming a sensation prior to joining the NBA to a degree not seen since LeBron James nearly 20 years ago. Since both players have extreme popularity and play at a high level, they should each make the All-Star game in their second seasons.